know Nirmalya Kumar as the marketing prof at London Business School. He's also been tagged as one of the top 50 influential management gurus of the world. The author of several books, Kumar has now taken a break as an academician and joined Tata Sons as a member of the Group Executive Council. I caught up with Kumar to talk about his role at the Tatas, his view of the several brands in the Tata portfolio, his latest book, Brand Breakout, and challenges emerging market brands face. Take it away. Thank you so much, Mr. Nirmalya Kumar. Truly a pleasure to have you on ET Now.
It's my pleasure to be here.
You know, there is no denying that one of the biggest innovations that came out of the Tata House was the Nano.
Yep.
But if you look at the Nano rollout, would you say that it got the marketing completely wrong?
All I can say is that you have to remember with innovation, the more radical the innovation is, the longer it takes to take off.
Right.
Because with incremental innovations, I can test on a market what they would like. I can develop it and deliver it, and success is instantaneous, like a new flavor or a new packaging format.
Right.
When I'm doing a radical innovation, the only way you can't do test and launch. For incremental innovation, we do test and launch.
Right.
For radical innovation, we do launch and learn. Because you can never get it right by testing it, because consumers can give you very good feedback on incremental innovation, but they're very poor at giving you feedback on radical innovation.
In your book, Brand Breakout, you've talked about how emerging market brands are unable to break out from the image and perception that, is synonymous with them.
Yeah.
So despite the fact that we might be an extremely superior brand, for instance, brand A, it will always be looked at or looked down upon by by the rest of the world. How does one manage to break out of it?
So it is true that all emerging markets, when it comes to consumers in the developed world, the Western world especially, have a very poor country of image. When customers don't know the product quality and they don't know the brand, they evaluate a brand based on the country it comes from, the country of origin. So if you ask Western consumers, what do you think of brands coming from any emerging market, the answer is always negative. So what you have to do, and what we have shown in our book, is that there are different ways in which you can overcome this. One of the best ways to overcome this is the way that the Japanese and the South Koreans did. The initial products that came out of Japan and South Korea, whether it was the cars of Toyota or whether it was the electronics of Samsung, were poor quality. But they found a niche with consumers who wanted a cheap price. And then over time what they did was they spent the R&D dollars to improve the quality.
Right.
In the beginning through reverse engineering and later through innovations of their own. How did they do that? They first built to cost, cheapest price. Then they built to volume. They get the volume. Once they got the volume and they had enough resources, they invested in R&D and built to quality.
Right.
And after they got the quality, then they started advertising the brand.
You've talked about innovation in the past and, Indian innovation and your extensive research on innovation and how you've talked about Indians actually, are innovative, but it's called invisible innovation. When will Indians actually become visible innovators?
It's a good question. And the thing to remember is that, for visible innovation, we need to do a few things, which we are still struggling to do. One is we need to invest much more in R&D. India's corporate R&D expense as a percentage of sales is less than 1%. In China, it's about 1.2%. In most of the top European and American companies and Japanese companies, it will be 3% plus. So we have to invest a lot more in R&D and innovation. The problem with investing in R&D and innovation is the problem that you brought up with the Nano example, is that innovation when you are running a company for efficiency, mistakes are not tolerated, failures are bad.
Right.
When you are working with an innovation engine, mistakes are good, provided we learn from them and don't make it again.
Sure.
And failure is the price of the game. For every new product you introduce that becomes a hit, 9 will fail.
Sure.
And that requires a mindset change.
Sure.
Right?
Which Indian brand is poised to make it really big globally? I mean, a lot of them have made strides.
Yeah.
But which brand is doing the right things, making the right noise?
So the thing is that to become a global brand, you need to invest firstly in getting a consumer brand name with the Western audiences. Secondly, you need to get distribution in place. So for a B2C company, it's a very challenging thing to do. We will be able to do that, but we will only be able to do that in niche areas for the moment, because otherwise it's too expensive. To advertise broadly in America, it's just way too expensive. It's cheaper to buy an American brand actually, than to, an acquired one rather than to build it, right? So we will do it with niches. So you see companies like Dabur is trying to do, ICII is trying to do, State Bank of India is trying to do. They pick certain niches, they try in those niches to build.
They're essentially, targeting the Indian diaspora.
Yes. So one of the ways to do it is to target the Indian diaspora, use the Indian diaspora as a beachhead.
Right.
And then from that, attack the host populations. And that's what ICICI Bank has done quite well. Dabur has started doing that quite well.
On that note, thank you so much for giving time to me.
My pleasure.
All the very best.